Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start with our new system, that is the reproductive system. In the reproductive system, we will discuss the female and the male reproductive system both simultaneously. First, today we are going to discuss the topic of the ovaries. As you can see here, these are the paired organ present in the pelvic cavity of a female. It's oval in shape, present where behind or on the posterior aspect of the broad ligament. The broad ligament rather is anterior to it, and if you can see the cut section of it on its lateral view, you can see the section of this ovary, and this was the broad ligament, the posterior aspect of its being attached with the ovary through a meso-ovarium. These are what all the reflections present behind the broad ligament. Now you can see this ovary is suspended by a ligament called as suspensory ligament along its pelvic wall, and on its medial side being attached with the uterus through ovarian ligament. Now we have to discuss its histological features when we see its cut section. For this, I'm gonna show you the cut section in detail in the D fore. Here you can see the cut section of it. On its very outer side, it's covered by a germinal epithelium. A word is or term is used. An epithelium made up of simple squamous or locuboidal epithelium. It was called as germinal epithelium due to the wrong concept that it produces the germ cells. Now it's clear that it's being produced inside the tissue of the ovary. But no doubt that this outer germinal epithelium is going to give rise 70% of the cancers due to the wear tear process taking place while ovulation. Now after that germinal epithelium, you can see underlying another connective tissue layer which is dense irregular, working as a capsule called as tunica albuginea. Next to it, we come across the more wider part from all its sides is called as cortex, and the middle part, which you see as a made up of loose connective tissue well laden with the blood vessels, or rather neurovascular bundle is going to be there connected through hilum, and through ovarian ligament it's being attached. So you can see the medulla is having loose connective tissue with the blood vessels, and this peripheral cortical region is having the dense connective tissue. Now you must know the function of the ovary. It has to do two functions, that is, number one, it is going to do the steroidogenesis, and other is the oogenesis or gametogenesis, means it has to produce the egg cells, and other it has to deal with the production of the hormones. The hormones which we know it has to produce are the progesterone, inhibin, and relaxin as well. Now come first words that what about the immature or primary, rather primordial follicular cells we see at the periphery. So we can learn them about their structure, that how they are gonna be present here, about its fate, how they are present in a very minute or small size, going to attain its size bigger and bigger and taking the deeper area of the cortical region when they grow in their size. So let's see some other diagram to focus how they grow. Now focus on another diagram to see the various stages of this oocyte, you would say. It's been told that at birth almost 4 to 6 lakh these oocytes are present. Now later on, what is going to happen at puberty, their number decreases to, some books write, up to 40,000 under their later on they would be degenerating, and only nearly 500 or 500 of these will be passing through the ovulation process. Later on, only one of it get chance of attaining maturity after a monthly cycle, and rest of them undergo atresia and will degenerate finally. So you can see that how the millions of it has to pass through, their number is being reduced, and only few get the opportunity to reach the stage of maturity and so on. Now just focus on this primordial follicle. What it consists, it basically has the oocyte in it, now having the